mga eksperto. Let's begin with the use of the face shield, yung nakatakip sa muka. I was informed of the recommendation from the technical advisory group and medical experts that the use of face shield on top of face mask may be limited to high-risk activities under the 3 C's: close, crowded, pati close contact. This may include indoor establishments and transport gatherings, other activities that promote close contact as applicable. Ngayon, sabi ko, takot ako sa lalo na yung pagdating ng COVID-D. I got so scared that I ordered the reimposition of the face shields. Ang akin naman ito, sabi ko, basi gaano kaliit yung contributing factor niya to avoid COVID, okay na lang, what's inconvenience. But I was informed that the technical advisory group and the medical experts on the use of face shields, pwede na tanggalin sa labas. No more face shields outside. Ang limitasyon, ang face shields gamitin mo 3 C's, 3C, S with S, 3 C's. Closed, whatever facility, hospital, o basta magkadikit-dikit. Crowded, ganun rin. It's a crowded room, tapos close lahat, mas delikado, at saka ang close contact kung magkadikit-dikit ang tao. So, dyan, applicable pa rin ang face shield. Other than that, I have ordered, kung ganun lang naman, sabi ko, then I will order that we accept the recommendation, itong executive department, and just remember, yung bawal, yung 3 C's, crowded, closed, and close contact, sarado, crowded kayo, tapos close contact. Yang tatlong na yan, face shield is a must pa rin. Yun ang recommendation. Labas sa tatlong limitations, pwede na hindi na gumamit. Yun ang recommendation, yun ang masunod. Hindi naman ako expert. Mine was just what you would call a knee reaction nung dumating yung balita na pumapasok mabilis na ang pasok ng COVID-D dito sa ating bansa. So, I have ordered that the implementation guidelines be issued immediately. Now, dito naman tayo sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearings. After 7 hearings of proving nothing, no ghost deliveries, no illegal procedures, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee continues to conduct their witch hunt. But now only a few senators attended and even fewer were participating in the proceedings. Sabi nila, bakit si Diterte nidepensa yung Parmalin? I am not defending, sabi ko, you can crumple for all I care. Durugin na ninyo yung mga kumpanya na nandito sa Pilipinas. Wala akong pakialam sa kanila. that is their own risk if they commit illegal things. Pero para sa amin dito sa gobyerno, tapos na, nag-order, na-deliver, according to specifications, din nagbayad tayo. All in accordance with the guideline of the Bayanihan 1. Clearly, even other committee members and other senators do not mention in public are starting to lose interest in its useless political circus. Some of the committee members are trying hard, but again in vain, to find fault in the procurement process to the public of asking for requirements other than that, or the other that were required, in addition to what was required in the bidding process. May I again, for the nth time, pang ilan na hindi ko alam, remind the members of the committee that I specifically told DOH that I do not want a long and tedious bidding process because we needed the supplies immediately. I remember I said, and this will be again the nth time, that I will remind the public about that cabinet meeting about nung dumating yung COVID. Yung mismong may mga sakit na dito, dumating na in the sense that there will already persons who got sick and some of the hospitals were overflowing with patients that cannot be accommodated. Doon ako natakot, and we were required by Congress then. They knew. Alam mo, Congress knew of its urgency. Alam nila kailangan ang mga supplies, mga medical PPEs and everything to protect the frontliners, mga doktor, mga nurses. Alam nila na gaano kailangan na pabilisan. Why? Look at Bayanihan 2. They practically waived the procedure set forth by the law on public bidding, yung mga procurement laws. Sabi nila, kumuha kayo sa madaling panahon. After that meeting, or after that, after that meeting with I was shown to me by the cabinet, sinabi ko kay Secretary Duque, in front of everybody in the cabinet, sabi ko, buy them immediately. Ako pa ang nagsabi, I do not care about biddings. Forget about biddings. Try to follow the requirements of Bayanihan 1 and act as fast as you can. Sabi ko ulit ko, there is a law somewhere which would excuse you. I was addressing to Secretary Duque of just waiving what would be really an obstruction to the immediate delivery of the medical supplies. Alam mo, may yung procurement, ayan, tignan ninyo, regular public bidding procedure, lowest itong tingnan ko nga, calculated and responsive bid. Ito, kailangan ito is 26 to 136. 26 to 136 days. Na dito tayo sa negotiated procurement under the emergency cases. Procurement of goods under RA 9130. Timeliness. yung pagkailangan nandyan ka agad. O yan, sa 6.8. There is such a, wala pa yung bayanihan 1. Dito, you are also required to buy emergency and urgent cases of procurement. Na dito tayo sa bayanihan 1, ilang araw ang binigay. 2 to 5 days. Most expeditious manner of procurement. Verbal agreement lang dito. Kasi turo-turo lang, kasi nagmamadalian. Yun ang diferensya. Makita ninyo na yung ginamit natin yung Bayanihan 1. Yan utos ng Congress. Hindi yan utos ng presidente o cabinet member. And even if it's there, we have no power to do that. Again, a bidding takes a minimum of 20 days to 100 days. Patay na lahat ang mga doktor pati nurses. Nagbagsakan na nga. I think the first wave was about 17 doctors and nurses died in the early days of the pandemic. Kaya yung panahon na yon, we were being pressured, government, including kayo. Anong ginagawa ninyo? Tinatanong ng tao. That prompted you to pass Bayanihan 1. And it was really an almost floodgate to whatever you want. So as long as you can have the goods on time. Mahirap ng itong iba, ayaw nila tanggalin yung makinig kasi puro paninira ang gusto. Nasabi nyo, bakit si Duterte na, why is he defending Parmalin? Sabi ko nga, kumuto na, ano yan, sa Tagalog, kumot, is crumpled. Durugin na ninyo, sa kamay ninyo yung mga anong klaseng kontrata, wala akong pakialam. Not only Parmalin, but all others. Parte kayo nagbili. Saan ninyo binili yan? Anong ginamit ninyong procedure? Saan ninyo nakuha? Ngayon, magtanong kayo. Bakit ang China, pag-order mayroon kaagad? Ito ba'y pinag-usapan? Was there an agreement that there are already stocks to be delivered? Alam mo, kung ayaw ko kasi mag-lecture kasi magmukhang gago kayo. Ito, 120 to 100 days. Bidding na sabi ninyo, baka yun ang gusto talaga ng mga senador mangyari. What we followed was the emergency form of procurement stipulated under Bayanihan 1, passed by no less than some of the people questioning it today, which exempted us from these procedures so that we can buy the supplies. Akala ko ba yun ang gusto ninyo? O sa pagdating ng panahon, pinipirito ninyo si Duque. Duque had nothing to do with it. Hindi, ang DOH was not the purchasing entity. It was DBM, PSDBM. Wala siyang kamuang-muang dyan. All that he had to do was to accept the delivery. Ito si Pangilinan, ang sabi niya effectivity date naman ng bayanihan ang pinagsasabi. Ito sabi ko, ano klaseng senador ka? Mag-debate ng technicalities habang mayroong global pandemic. You know, you do not go into such trivial matters as long as the property, the money of the Republic was protected, and that the goods that we bought reach to their intended beneficiaries. Yun ang atin. Hindi naman sigilaway na technicalities dyan. Ang nangyari nga, nandiyan na sa atin, hinijak pa ng ibang bayan. Alam mo bakit? May pera sila eh. Sabi na ito, nag-order tayo. Pag nandiyan na sa kakargo sa warehouse, may magpunta, bilhin niya, offering a much higher price. Hindi natin magawa yan. We're not supposed to do that. We cannot pay in advance. Remember, nakapusas yung kamay natin. In a way, it protects the people's money. I agree. But at the same time, in times of emergency, talagang, were it not for the Bayanihan 1, wala tayong kayo rin alam ninyo. So, sa ating mga health workers, mga frontliners at mga kababayan, tignan ninyo itong si Pangilinan. Habang nasa krisis tayo, nagmamadali dahil marami ang namamatay na ng mga Pilipino at nagkaroon na ng gana magtanong ng effectivity ng Bayanihan 1. Bakit mo ako tanungin? Bakit mo kami tanungin? Bakit hindi mo tanungin ang sarili mo, kayo ang gumawa ng batas? Ano ka? What's eating you, guy? What's the beef? Kayo ang gumawa, then you should know how to interpret it. Baka nagkamali kami. Alam mo ganito yan. Ito, Senator Pangilinan, basahin ko ha. Gawa ninyo ito. This is explicitly provided by Section 9 of Bayanihan 1. Section 9, effectivity. This act shall take effect immediately upon its publication in the newspaper of general circulation or in the official gazette, and shall be in full force and effect only for 3 months, unless extended by Congress, provided that the powers granted under this act may be withdrawn sooner or by means of a concurrent resolution of Congress or ended by the presidential proclamation. Pero kahit hindi pa effective yan, bibilhin na natin para ang supply nandyan at hindi tayo maunahan at medyo where we can reduce the death of the persons who were vulnerable, yung delikado yung trabaho. Biro mo na, 17 doctors and nurses namatay at may bituka ka pa magtanong-tanong. O hindi mo talaga gusto, di basahin mo uli. Do not question us about the effectivity of the law. You tell us what is your interpretation. How do you arrive at the correct interpretation of the effectivity of the law? Do not ask us. Tanungin mo sarili mo, basahin mo yung ginawa ninyo. Klase. Ikaw, Pangilinan, kung wala ka nang iba, magsasali ka pa para marinig ka lang. Marami kayong dapat wala dyan. Ay, Pangilinan, you should not be there. You have not contributed any meaningful legislation sa ating bayan. Puro agriculture kayo, kinakain mo ng steak. Puro kayo analysis, at it results to a paralysis. Kayo daw ang magtrabaho. Madali malang magsulat ng batas. Ako, i-dictate ko lang yan eh. Basahin mo nang mabuti. Bakit mo kami tanungin? Kayo yung gumagawa ng batas dyan. Ito si Gordon. Ito naman Gordon, ang price ceiling, ang pinakamataas daw. Ito naman si Gordon, nagmamarunong na naman sa economic. Sabi, 24 pesos lang daw binili at isang kumpanya, formally. Ang mas sa isang supplier, tapos binenta ng 27. That's a 3 peso difference. Alam mo, kung ikaw ay a trader or a company manufacturing the mask or the plastic shields here, it could be cheaper. Ito imported to lahat. So, kung ikaw, ano bang negosyo mo ngayon, Pangilinan? Kung ikaw magpasok ng negosyo, malugi ka, gago ka. You are in the business. It could be a Chinese, a Russian. It could be an Indian or African. Pagka pumasok ka ng negosyo, kailangan kumita ka. Magpalugi ka, gago ka. Following your theory, ganun talaga. I would like to, itong price ceiling ni Gordon insisting, I would like to call demand yung tao na alam talaga niya ang horizon. Alam niya kung anong nangyari sa ekonomiya, kung ano dito, ano dyan, anong wala, anong meron. I'd like to call on Secretary of the Trade and Industry, Simon Lopez, to explain. Secretary Lopez, kindly help the senators.
Good evening, Mr. President. Good evening, ES, Senator Bong, sa ating pong mga kasamahan sa kabinete, sa gobyerno. Mr. President, naalala po natin nung isang taon na at that time, nung mga March, April at May, sa kakulangan ng mask at bago pa lang ang pandemya na lahat ay nangangailangan ng mask. At imagine po natin, nanggaling tayo sa lugar na kalagayan na wala namang nangangailangan ng face mask. So all of a sudden, milyon-milyon ang nangailangan. And hindi lang sa Pilipinas, sa buong mundo. Kaya talagang may kakulangan sa ibang mundo, sa ibang bansa, pati na, lalo na dito sa atin. Kaya po yung presyuhan ng mask noon, tinitrace po namin yung mga price monitoring. Actually, lagpas pa nga ng mga 30 pesos. Even nagpa-canvas din tayo, magkaroon lang ng supply, ang presyuhan ay nasa mga 38 pesos sa paggaling Amerika, paggaling Europe may 29 pataas at Asia mga 30 pesos. Kaya naalala ko yung ating ang SRP na inisyu po ng DOH at kasama po ang DTI sa pag-implement ay 28 pesos. Doon pa lang sa March 16. So yun po ang ating SRP nung time na yun. Dahil nga ang question po noon at ang demand of the day anong panahon na yon ay magkaroon ng mask, face mask. Ang mga doktor, health workers, pati yung mga kababayan natin na inuumpisahan na ho nating i-require yung magpagsusuot ng face mask. Kaya ho talagang with that shortage, ang taas po ng presyo, higher than 28. Kaya po sinet po ng DOH at 28 pesos ang suggested retail price. At yun po yung supposedly maximum at dahil sa kakulangan. Over time, nagkaroon na rin ng production at ang supply nag-improve. So I think towards August, nagbabaan na unti-unti yung mga presyuhan. Pero nung tinrace natin yung mga SRP, yung suggested retail price, yung 28 pesos ay SRP mula March hanggang August. At towards August ay binabaho sa 25 pesos. Ibig sabihin, nasa ganung level pa rin ho ang SRP natin nung panahon na yon. Kaya kung ang tulad doon ng nire-relay po ninyo, kung ang call of the day is to get hold of the mask as many as we can, parang yun ho ang demand sa ating mga bumibili, I think talagang kukunin nila ang lahat ng stocks na pwede nilang makuha. In fact, at that time, at whatever price. Dahil ang iniiwasan ho natin ay yung walang proteksyon ating mga healthcare workers at mamatay, magkasakit. Kaya po napaka-importante ho nun. Kaya ho, importante ho talaga yung time was of the essence at that time. Yung talagang lahat ng makuha nating stocks at whatever price na negotiated at that time na available. At yung nakuha nga po ng PSDBM ay ay presyo na mas mababa doon sa SRP na sinet po natin locally. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Secretary Lopez. Nitong gusto kasi nila, analysis hanggang magparalysis. And while they are really analyzing, gusto nila, nagkakamatayan na yung mga health workers. Mga Pilipino naghihirap para sa kapwa Pilipino. Paulit-ulit din nyo kami na ayaw ninyong makinig. Walang supply noong mga panahon na yun except from China. Hindi ko na kailangan sabihin sa inyo, nandito kayo sa Pilipinas eh. Why would bakit kami tanungin ninyo ng mga bagay na ito na kamu mismo, Pilipino, nandito kayo sa Pilipinas yung panahon na yon. That is why it prompted you to pass a law, an urgent law. Alam niyo yung mga laro na wala ngang supply. Ang sabi ko sa iyo, bakit ang China meron? Because China all along were wearing masks even before the pandemic. Because China, nagpunta rin ako ng ilang beses, maglabas ka isang beses, magmask ka because of the pollution sa kotse. Kaya yung mga tao doon sanay, kaya may pondo sila. Kaya itong mga trader, alam nila kung saan yung hanapin kaagad. Pag sabi, kailangan nito, madali na nilang hanapin doon. Hindi ang sabihin mo na manufacture overnight, minadali, para makaabot ng mga bidding. May supply talaga ang China ng mask because they use it every day. Kagaya ng, well, of course, the Japanese, ganun rin. And to a certain extent, the Koreans. Ganun ang practice nila. Kaya kasi ang tanong ninyo, baka minadali, manufacture ka agad-agad para mahabol doon sa bidding. Meron ng stock ang China. Kasi halos lahat ng tao doon nagbibili dahil nga sa pollution. That was the explanation given to me. Wag mo kaming anuhin. Remember that we had this a little commercial ties with, and you can always ask for an explanation whenever you want it. Marami silang mask. Kaya nagka-produce ka agad. Because ginagamit nila pandemic or no pandemic. Well, one of the reason is may kumisipon sila, may ubo. Yan. Or itong pollution. The advice of government was to use it. Itong si Gordon, I want to read something about the Red Cross. Alam mo, isang principle, one guiding principle ng Red Cross is neutrality is one of the fundamental Red Cross and Red Crescent principles and is defined as follows. Neutrality. In order to continue to enjoy the confidence of all, the movement may not take sides in hostilities or engage at any time in controversies of a political, racial, religious, or ideological nature. Masabi mo ba ito sa sarili mo? Can you really, Gordon, can you really face the mirror? Pakitingin ng ngayon na. Pumunta ko na sa labas ka, you go to the washroom. Do you fit into this stringent objectives of the Red Cross? Kaya yang ikaw, you sign the contract. If there is money given by the government to the Red Cross, any assistance you sign it as the chairman at ikaw rin ang mag-imbestiga. Yan ang problema sa iyo. Double agent ka. You are not supposed, to me under the law, you must give either Red Cross, kung gusto mo maging senador pa, o senador ka, hindi ka Red Cross. Pero para sa akin, you find the two positions very lucrative. Tinan mo ginawa mo. Ewan ko kung totoo to ha. I said, I may be wrong. Kinakalkal ko ba? May PDAF ka. Saan mo binigay? Senator ka? Binigay mo doon sa sarili mo sa Red Cross. Do not say that Red Cross and ikaw ay separate identity. That's bullshit. Alam natin ng abogado yan. You are a dual personality which is, banned or prohibited by law. Dapat noon pa, dinimanda ka na. Wala lang nakas ng loob. Kasi, when you begin to talk, wag na kasi maingay yan. And wala pang naglakas ng loob to question you. Ngayon na lang. Kasi dahil nga rin sa kalukuhan mo, nakita mo na silip namin. Bawal yan actually. Bawal. Even government lawyers, cabinet members cannot be an officer of a corporation or a company or even an owner of a business entity that deals with government. Bawal talaga yan. Bitawan mo na yan kasi I will insist that you give up one because you cannot be both. Noong sa hindi ka pa sa Congress, nang ka doon sa whatever chairman ka o ikaw yung top honcho sa COA, may doon, may anomalya. It is important to know for people the difference between COA observation and COA disallowance. Yung nasa Subic Bay Authority ka, may mga transactions doon na disallowed. Hindi COA observation to. Yung COA observation, yung mga audit, yung mga did point out to you the deficiencies, inadequacies and all. But itong disallowance is sort of a final imprimatur of the COA and means the closure of the audit kasi kung sabi ng COA, disallowed yung pera na kuha mo, ibabalik mo. Noon pa sa Subic ka pa. Ang disallowance na katulad ng 140 million disallowance is SBMA na panahon mo, which includes 86 plus million ang iyo doong nakuha sa 140 million na iyong nakuha personally at may judgment na yon at kailangan ibalik mo sa gobyerno ang pera. May disallowance. Ibig sabihin yung sinabi mo na ito, ginastos ko ganon. Hindi naniwala ang kuha. Sinabi ng kuha, kinuha mo yung pera mo personally. So isauli mo noong nasa Subic ka pa. Senador ka na lang for the longest time. Hanggang ngayon, hindi mo na sa uli yung pera. So I would like to inquire from the ombudsman if there is a case filed against you because lahat na disallow and the money was not returned, the money was not used in the right way, it reduces into something like a personal liability mo. So bakit hindi mo pa nabayaran ito? Question ka ng question dito sa Red Cross. Hindi ako nagalit na yung parmalin, luglugin mo ng liignan. Ang ayaw ko yung pabalik-balik yung taga-gobyerno. How many times already that you have called them and it's just the same. It's a merry-go-round questioning. Is it fair? It is not. It is good. It is not. Was there something wrong? Sabi ng COA, no less than COA chairman said that there's no corruption and there is no damage to the government in terms of monetary disbursements. So, kindly settle or not, I will personally see to it that a case will be filed against you. Hindi yung lahat na demanda na disallow, ito kayong lahat mga Pilipino sa gobyerno, lahat kayo na nanghawak ng pera at one time or another in your career and wrongfully or rightfully you were placed in the status of a person whose disbursement was disallowed. Then you better take note of pagka dinimanda kayo, sabihin ninyo, I will only, you go to court and say, I will only go to trial if Gordon is also included in today's calendar for a criminal. That's, alam mo ang labas itong, nawala itong 86 million mo. Alam mo kung anong labas niyan? It's malversation. The crime is malversation. Ibig sabihin, ginastos mo, binulsa mo yung pera. Kaya ako, kung ako ang mademanda dyan, sabi ko, bakit ako? Sabihin ko sa korte, bakit ako unahin? Unahin mo yung kay Gordon, noon pa yan. The people have the right to know kung ano klaseng pagkatao ka. Sabi mo ayaw mo nang tumakbo, mas lalo na. Maybe you wanted a soft landing sa mga sabi mo kaming mga chief politicians from the province, kami yung maghabol kasi yung mga expensive na mga senador walang ginawa, takot naman sa iyo. At tinatakot ako ni, bakit kita takot? Totoo ba hinamon ako ng suntukan? Sus Maria Josep. Hindi ka nga siguro makiikot ng one round. You're getting to be preposterous. Sabihin mo, cheap. Well, ako naman, nasabi ko, you are a person who milk government and the Red Cross both. Because you sign for the Red Cross, you sign for government. Anong klase ka? Even if it is just whatever appropriation. If you are there in the Senate, then you are also part of the game of appropriating the money. Ang COA naman, I'd like to address myself to COA. Si Aguinaldo, ako noon, alam mo, Chairman Aguinaldo, wala ka ng taong makikita as courteous, as most respectful to you. Nung pinakilala mo ako, magsalita mo ako, magbaw-baw pa ako. Noon, alam mo, pero pagka you trigger something in me, pati ikaw tanungin ko, anong ginawa mo sa kaso ni Gordon? Have you filed a case against him? Or have you initiated a case against him? Or did you report this matter to the ombudsman? Kasi pag hindi, kasali talaga tayong lahat dito. That is why? Because he's a senator? O nabayaran kayo lahat dyan? Tell me. Tsaka itong nung cabinet meeting, sabi ko kay Duque, produce the medical supplies and the medicines. I do not care where you get them. I would even say that there's a law, hindi ko ka-memorize ng number, that would exempt you. Ito yung yung sa gitna kanina, yung nakita ninyo sa PowerPoint, na madalian talaga. And you can dispense with, bidding. It means life and death. Itong COVID, tatamaan ka ngayon, it's still here. Matter of fact, maskara kayong lahat. Ay, ako lang hindi kasi kung ikaw lang naman ang mga senador ng Pilipinas, mamatay na lang rin ako. What is the use of living if you have a senator who would lie here and tell the truth here, and totoo ito o mali itong sinasabi, ang labas niyan, walang sinasabi. Eroplano. Question ninyo, bakit ginamit ang C-130 pagkuha ng medical supplies? I think it was Xiamen. How many trips did it take the Air Force to do that? Well, it was my order. Sabi ko nga, use any means you want. Deliver it by land, water, or air. It's a recorded meeting. You can look at it. Ako ang may utos noon. Kasi gusto kong madalian. Ako yung presidente. Hindi naman ikaw. At ang masakit nito, nagpiyak ka ng piyak, ikaw mismo gumamit ng kino-question mo yan sila. Ikaw mismo gumamit ng C-130 for your supplies under the guise of what? Red Cross. Which is more important? The health of the Red Cross or the health of the people? Ako ang may utos noon. Ito sa At ikaw ang nakita ko sa records, gumamit ka rin. Napaka-hipokrito ka. You're a liar. You're a liar beyond compare. Where do we go from here? We lie to each other. Kaya sabi ko, this government is headed for trouble. pabalik na pabalik mo, sigaw ng sigawan mo, sabihin ko, tumindig ka na, huwag ka magpamura dyan sa mga pabalik. Sabihin mo, tangina ninyo, niluloko ninyo ako. Sinagot ko yan kanina ilang beses. Kailan ko pa ba sagutin yan uli? Either bingi kayo or gusto talaga ninyo ng gulo. Kung gusto ninyo ng gulo, titindig ako. Huliin ninyo ako. Tapos tawagan mo ako. Kunin kita. Hindi ako magdala ng sundalo. Ako lang. Kunin kita. Pag hindi nila ibigay, bahala na kung anong gawin nila sa atin. Basta kunin kita. Ngayon, pagpunta ko, ayaw mo talaga. Nabugbog pa ako. Uwi ako sa aking bahay. Pagbalik ko, iba na ang istorya niyan. May problema na tayo, hindi na sa COVID. May problema na tayo sa bayan natin. Gets mo? Naintindihan ninyo yan? Magsabi kayo na ito, ganito, nananakot. Hindi ako nananakot. Magpabugbog nga ako eh. Pupunta ako dyan, Senado, kunin ko. Si Secretary Anyo o si Secretary Lorenzana. Sige, yan ang sigaw-sigawan ninyo. Kunin ko yan sila. Magpabugbog kami tatlo, pero pagbalik namin, problema ka na. Yan ang gusto ninyo. Basahin ko lang lahat ha, ng report. Ang TOCOA nag-recommend na back kayo ng charges dahil hanggang ngayon hindi pa nababayaran yung disallowed amount na senador na ito. You should start filing cases against these people. Ang tagal na niyan, November 2016 pa ang disallowance. Bakit wala pa ang kaso hanggang ngayon? Or at the very least, napunta na sana sa ombudsman yan. Well, in the ombudsman, abogado ka. Alam mo, they are ilang libo yan, isang araw mo pa. We can forgive an allowance of delay. Pero itong endorsement na lang ito eh. Respectfully endorsed to the office of the ombudsman against and the result of the audit conducted for your appropriate action. Naimbestigahan ng ombudsman yan. Wala akong nakita. And you were, alam mo, tama yung sinabi. Sino yung sabi mo? Who was it? It's Bebot Belio. Alam mo, I'd like to discuss something with you. There is the Constitution, which is the Bible of the nation. Yung pinakasagrado. In that document, sacred document, there is what we call a due process of the law. Magtanong kayo, ayaw magsagot yung tao, tapos sabihin ng tao, kung makulong siya o takot siya kay baka magkamali siya ng sagot, because he is not a lawyer, he is not trained to analyze immediately the questions propounded to them. Tapos mumurahin ninyo, wala naman, they are not respondents. As a matter of fact, they are termed as a resource person. Tapos tatakutin nyo ng preso. How sure are you na yung sagot niya tama, ang inyong question ang mali. Tapos kukulungin mo. That's a violation of the constitutional right of a person. Yung contempt na is a very malaking question mark yan. Kaya sinabi ko dyan sa mga cabinet member, lalo na yung mga military noon nakita ako. Hindi ito sa panahon na ito. Totoo. Yung sigaw-sigawan, pahirapan. Sabi ko, you are a soldier. Defend your honor and dignity. If you are shouted at, you shout back and say, I am here to tell the truth. Hindi ako pumunta dito para babuyin ninyo. Tapos, tindig. Kung hulihin ka ng sergeant at arms, isa lang man yung buang na yan. Wala yan siyang... Ngayon, pag kinuha kita, hindi ako magpunta na hindi ako magdala. Hindi ako magdala, bakit toothpick? Kunin ko. Sirahan ninyo. Well, pipilitin ko. Mamasuhin ko yung gate ninyo. Mabarilin ninyo ako, sa ulo na lang, sabihin mo yung gwardiya ninyo. Kasi pagbalik ko, ang dala ko, hindi na toothpick. Iba na. Magrespetuhan. It's about time that you guys know how to respect people. Kayong mga nakikinig na Pilipino na dumaan lahat sa Senado, you remember the way you were treated. And when you vote, isipin yung mabuti kung paano kayo, how you were maltreated and dishonored. Kasi pag tinawag ninyo yan, kasi ayaw ko yung ganon. Kasi nakadikit na kaagad yan. May congressional hearing. Kurakot na naman yan. So paglabas ng isang opisyal, that's the reason why alam mo, hindi ko tinanggap yung resignation ni Duque. Gusto niya nang mag-resign. Ako ang ayaw. Ilang beses ko na yan sinasabi, look, I am not accepting. Ginanon ko talaga. Look, Secretary Duque, I am not accepting your resignation. Kasi sabi ko, paglabas mo ng investigasyon na yan, unless you are cleared, it will stick in the mind of the people. Ito si Duque, may corruption ito. Ilang beses tinawag ng Kongreso. Kung gawin kaya, you are officials empowered, freedoms from arrest, hindi mademanda. So anong gusto ninyo? Kung ang tao walang choice, hindi kayo mademanda, mura ng mura kayo, inaabuso ninyo ang konstitusyon, talagang may gusto kayong mangyari. Hindi ako nananakot. Sabi ko, ako lang mag-isa magpunta doon. Pero huwag ninyo akong saktan. Kasi kung si Lorenzana ang kunin ko, sabihin ko sa kanya na kaibigan ko man yan. Saka hindi mo yan ang urakot, hindi mo yan totoo yung nasabi ninyo. Kayo lang ang papaikot para ang tao, ano ba yung Bisaya, maluya, so that the guy would just melt under intense and intensive questioning. He would run afoul with his own words. Kasi kabalik-balik. Tapos pag may nahuli na kayo, kita mo? Hindi maganda yan. Sa Amerika, pinapractice nila yan, pero I never saw a shouting match between a resource person. Dito lang na ano, dito lang ang gaya ni Gordon ang sumisigaw pa. Yung pala ang utang mo, bayaran mo yan, anak ka ng katagal na pala yung utang mo sa gobyerno, disallowed na yan. You should be facing this Sandigan Bayan. Of course, you are not exempted from prosecution. You can be charged. Anong hindi ka sa arrest? Malversation? Itong lahat, parmalin, idemanda na ninyo. Bibilin sa mga kaya kayo. If you continue to fish, how long would continue to wallow in the water? How long would you catch the fish that it's in your imagination? But to detain someone because you are not getting answers you want to hear is pure oppression. Talagang totoo. Dadating rin araw mo, makakarma rin kayo. Tingnan niyo. Makakarma rin kayo. Sigurado yan. Itong ipitin talaga ito, bayaran mo yan. At, Chairman Aguinaldo, kindly, it's in the Constitution. Hanapin mo yung pera. Yung PDAF na yan. Because if not, then we will be forced to go into a judicial exercise of mandamos. Mandamos is the mandate is to do order you to do something. That is not good. I do not want to do that. You are a very amiable person. Ako sabi ko, wala kaming hiningi. Wala akong pa-special na audit na palusutan, wala. Go for the truth. Lahat ng mga inappoint ko sa gobyerno. Lahat, kasi itong cabinet members. Lahat yan sila, tanungin mo anong sinabi ko. Lahat yan sila. After their oath taking, mag-shake hands, sabi ko. Yung iba magsabi, what is your marching order sa military? Sabihin ko, just do what is right. Ito sila lahat, cabinet members. Yan sila, Panilo. Ano sinabi ko sa kanila? Just do what is right. Kaya kung nagkasala sila, durugin ninyo. Walang problema. We never agreed that we join government and plunder go. Ako, lahat ng mga judges, lahat, Supreme Court, isa lang akin. Sir, you do what is right. Yeah, of course. Hindi naman reminder yan, sir, but that's my... Lahat. You do what is right. Pero yung unpaid rent ng kapatid mo ng isang senador sa Subic, running into millions of pesos, dapat bayaran din yun. Dapat kolektahin din ng gobyerno yun na mag-file ng kaso. May kapatid ka pala dyan na nagninegosyo, hindi nagbabayad ng renta. May isa pa, Dick. Nagpabili ka ng lupa, ang Red Cross, ng 2 lupa, and the price was undervalued. Totoo ba ito? Kung undervalued, saan yung diferensya na punta? Sa iyo? You sold 2 lots of the Red Cross. Undervalued daw. Hindi. itong laboratories ninyo pag mali-mali, para i-simplify ko ha, ano kaya sa 10 tao nagpa-swab sa inyo, ilan kaya ang nag-false positive? Yan ang problema. Kasi pag mag-abot yan ng mali-mali, kung mag-abot ng 5, palagay na lang natin 4. At itong 4 napunta doon sa facility. And they were detained there. Detention talaga yan. It's a force by reasons of the police power of the state. Is you can be well persuaded. Kung ayaw mo talagang pipilitin ka because you can't contaminate the whole of the population. That is the reason why you can be forced to go into a facility. You are not being deprived of any liberty there. It's the protection of you and the entire population of the Philippines. Di ang napundi ako talaga sa iyo dito sa report ko. Akin lang ito, wala, nobody shares this document. It's prepared solely for me. Yung sinabi ko na use all available assets of government. I was directing my order yung pag-deliver pati ng bakuna sa iba-ibang lugar sa Pilipinas. Use all government assets. Akin rin yan. And I was directing it to Secretary Doke and si Secretary Galvez. Paki-explain nga nung order ko, hindi ko naman nakalimutan ko na. Ano lang dito, mga bullet lang ito nandito.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, yes, Mel Delvea, Senator Bongo. Sir, nung panahon po na yun, sir, nagkaroon po tayo ng meeting. Kung natatandaan po namin na nagkaroon po kami ng presentation sa inyo na that was April 2 na kailangan po talaga na within 2 to 3 days or 4 days, nandiyan na po yung PPE dahil kasi 17 po ang namatay na doktor at meron pa pong naka-intubate na 10. Actually, halos karamihan po nun sa mga doktor na yan, namatay din po. Kaya 27 po lahat po yung namatay po nung panahon ng March and April. Kaya po yung natin na sinabi niyo po na talagang gamitin lahat ng resources. So, nung panahon po na yun talaga, Mr. President, total lockdown po tayo. At saka po yung kontrata po natin, hindi po sa Parmali po yun. Ang kontrata po natin ay sa Sun Sen at saka sa Wenhua. Yung unang kontrata natin na naalala po namin is 900,000 po yun, na kailangan kunin po talaga ng combine ng C-130 at yung PAL flights at saka po yung Cebu Pacific. Pero yung panahon po talaga ngayon is talagang walang available na transport. At sinasabi rin po ng mga supplier na kailangan mabilis na makuha dahil kasi pagka po babagal-bagal tayo, kukunin ng ibang countries. So, yung po natin doon, extreme exigency po talaga na kailangan makuha natin at yung directive nyo nga po na makuha lahat yung dapat na mga PPEs ay kailangan po talaga natin gamitin yung ating available asset. So, ang ginamit natin po, Mr. President, noong panahon na yun, nakaroon po tayo ng 43 sorties ng C-130. Ang isang sortie po ng C-130 is 12,000 pieces po na PPE po ang karga niyan. Kaya po humiram din tayo ng PAL flights na 6 flights na 15,000 each at saka po yung Cebu Pacific na 12 flights. Kaya po lahat po na yon ay all in all 252,000 PPE ang nakuha ng 6 flight na PAL at saka 12 flights ng Cebu Pacific. At the same time, yung 43 sorties ng C-130 po, ang nakuha niya po is more or less 500,000. Dahil kailangan na rin po natin din yung PPE ay pinakuha po natin dahil kasi meron po yung naka-jive po natin yung yung isang ship. Ito po yung BRP Bacolod na LS550. Kailangan makuha po natin yung remaining na 200,000 PPE po. So nagamit po natin lahat yon. So yung almost 900,000 po natin, ginamit po natin, inuulit ko po, 6 flights ng Cebu Pacific, 6 flights ng PAL, Cebu Pacific po, 12 flights. And then 42 flights po ng C-130 at saka isa pong voyage ng ating BRP Bacolod. All in all po, nakuha po natin is 900,000. Mas maganda nga pa nga yung Parmali dahil kasi yung Parmali, hindi po tayo gumamit ng aircraft. Ang kanila po is nasawag natin CIF, yung customs, yung insurance at freight. Sa kanila po 'yon. At hinatid po yung kinukuha po yung ating mga PPEs doon sa China at dinadala po dito sa ating mga different ports dito sa Manila Port, dito po sa Davao Port, Cagayan de Oro Port at saka po sa Visayas Port. So wala po tayong ginamit po na aircraft sa Parmali po. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Thank you.